suck at doing your makeup, I hear you. Which is why today we're gonna do the makeup tutorial of all makeup tutorials. If you're a bride, bridesmaid, mom, I don't actually give a fuck who you are. If you need some makeup tips and tricks, I got them for you. Get a drink, get a snack, let's get into it. I already have my skincare done, but if you don't have yours, then that is your first step. Next, we're gonna move on to primer. I'm gonna go in with my Ride or Die Milk Hydro Grip. If you need your makeup to last all day long, this is what you're gonna be using. It's kind of plain and simple like that. So this is a tutorial for when you actually wanna look like you're wearing makeup. So we're gonna be wearing a full coverage foundation. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear. If I did my own wedding makeup, I would use this foundation on my wedding day. Now, the beauty blender is also a very important part. Mine is from Clamana Beauty, and this is the only beauty blender I trust. I don't know what kind of sorcery is in there, but the way it blends out your makeup is just like no other. If you have any pimples, redness, imperfection that you still want to cover, we're going to use the NARS Pot Concealer on a small eyeshadow brush, and you're just going to lightly cover up anything that you need. Leave it alone, we're not blending it quite yet. For concealer, this is my Ride or Die concealer. I'm telling you right now, this is the best concealer to ever exist. This is the Lancome Ultra Wear, and we're gonna blend it out, but we're focusing it only on the under eye. We're gonna go with Hourglass concealer, and we're just gonna do the tiniest little dot right in the inner corner. And when you're blending this out, you are literally just blending it out almost like in one spot, like that. Now that we let the concealer set a little bit, you're just gonna lightly tap it out. For bronzer, I'm gonna use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Drops. And when I mean business with my makeup, I almost never apply anything directly onto my face. I really work it into the brush on the back of my hand. We're gonna lightly start to apply this onto our cheeks. It just gives you a very soft bronzing effect without any harsh lines. And when we're blending, we're never swiping on the face, we're always just tapping. It's always a tap, tap, tap situation. Your face is not a wall, so we're not gonna treat it like one. For cream blush, Chantecaille in Happy and Vibrant. Putting it on the back of our hand. That's so pretty, are you kidding me? If you're a blushaholic like me, you can apply as many blushes as you want onto your face. For our setting powder, if I were really cruel to you, I would go with Givenchy Prisme Libre, but I'll throw a bone to you and I will use a different powder. We're gonna use Makeup Forever HD Skin Setting Powder, and we're only using a velvet puff to apply this with. I'm gonna dip a couple of times in here, load the product on. I'm gonna put it on the back of our hand, and we're gonna even out the powder. Then take your beauty blender. You're gonna make sure that your concealer is all blend it in there and press it on very lightly. I don't bake because my under eyes are way too dry, and I honestly don't really know what the purpose of baking really is. Next, we're gonna set our face some more. We're gonna use a Makeup Forever HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder, and I set everywhere that the setting powder did not touch. Powder bronzer, we're gonna use this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. We're obviously moving on to powder blush. I have this one from Say Beauty. I have been obsessed with the shade Bella. It's like the most beautiful cool toned pink. You can layer as much or as little blush as you want. And then on top, you didn't think we're only gonna use one blush. I'm gonna use a Rare Beauty in shade Cheer. I use these blush stoppers instead of my highlighters literally all the time. We're gonna move on to brows. I'm gonna fill mine in with Rare Beauty eye primer. This is the only eye primer I trust and use on a daily basis. For the eyes, I'm gonna use this P. Louise I Still Believe palette, and it has like pretty much every single color you can ever need. On a big fluffy brush, I'm gonna take a light nude and I'm gonna place this color all in my crease. Now I'm gonna take a deeper brown on the same exact brush and apply the color into our crease once again. Taking a bit of a smaller brush and a darker brown, placing that color right into our corner to create some depth. Because this is my signature look, you already know we're gonna go in with pink. I'm gonna take a very light pink shade and we're gonna place this color right into our inner corner. I'm gonna take a small angled brush and a color that's kind of like a dark pink / burgundy, and we're gonna use that to line my lash line. Lightly blend the liner out with a lighter pink and a really small blending brush. And do you see the difference that small liner does to your eye look? Now for the shimmer, you didn't think I forgot the shimmers. We're gonna use Danessa Myricks Lightworks palette. I'm gonna take this very light pink and just lightly dab that on. Oh, that is so good. Also take this darker pink. I'm gonna place it right next to it. For the inner corner, we're gonna use this white shade because once you put it on, it actually reflects pink. Curl my lashes. There's a step that you must never forget. I'm not gonna do it, but you could add a corner lash. Now, moving on to lips. I always line my lips using a lip cuffing technique, and this Charlotte Tilbury lip liner is made exactly for that. So essentially, you take a lighter liner and you line the middle of your lips with it, and then towards the outer corners you're gonna go in with a darker one, and towards the middle we're gonna use a lighter pink from Patrick Ta. If you want a matte lip, you just leave it at that. If you want a glossy lip, we're gonna use Huda Beauty. This shit is so pretty. Stop that. Setting my face first with one and only one size setting spray, and then on top we're gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, but I'm gonna spray it on the back of my beauty blender, then dab it on the back of my hand, and then set it this way. So here is the final look, and this will indeed last you the entire day.